Mhm. Mhm. Hello, can you hear me? I cannot hear you.
Now, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can hear you now. Yes. Hello,
Yeah,
how are you?
yeah, I'm fine. Thank you.
Great, wonderful, wonderful. And how do I say your name?
Prakash.
Prakash. Okay, great, Prakash. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, madam.
Great, great. And why did you choose my class?
I have read some comments. Many students have written about you. You are very friendly, and you always have a smiling face while having conversation. That's why
Wow,
I decided to
that's
have a conversation
amazing.
with you.
Yeah, that is amazing, Prakash. I am honored and humbled on that because I didn't tell them to do that. So I'm very grateful for that. And why are you learning English?
Okay, okay. All people ask me the same questions.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Uh, Actually, I'm a teacher in India and I teach in a high school. And I am a teacher of languages. So, in order to brush up my English, I have just subscribed Cambly and I talk with native English speakers.
That's awesome. That is awesome. What is your subject that you teach?
Yeah, I teach English and Sanskrit, both languages I teach here.
Okay, language teacher. Okay. Oh, wonderful. I didn't know that Sanskrit was still being taught. Oh, I thought it was, is it Urdu or no? I'm thinking about Pakistan. Am I not? Urdu.
Sanskrit is an ancient language.
Yeah, I know. So they are taking that language more for academic purposes, right?
Yeah, academic purpose.
Yeah, to study like the ancient manuscripts and all of that. Because I do know a lot of well, I don't know if a lot of, but I've heard that some of the really old historical materials, particularly, are written in Sanskrit. Yeah, because
Sanskrit is our culture.
yeah,
That's
because
our nature to preserve it.
yeah, and we have to realize, and I was just thinking about this today, as a matter of fact. So interesting that you from India come on. I was thinking about the some of the two oldest civilizations. Well, we know, of course, uh, the ones that I think that have preserved, did a great job of preservation, and and still has a lot of the ancient culture and have actually preserved it in writing and historical records. Of course, that's China and India. Also, I find that a lot of artifacts and things like that go back to that culture. And I know some of it goes back to, I said, Mesopotamia uh, in the um in the beginning of the cradle in Africa, Northern Africa, and Middle East, all kind of there. A lot of the ancient, like the hieroglyphics. Since you're a language teacher, you'll know that the hieroglyphics go back to the writing on the wall and the pictographs and all of that. I find that to be fascinating. You probably know more about that than me, since you're studying the Sanskrit. But just my little taste of it, I'm like, wow, I love languages, and it's amazing. Um, but I'm listening to you. You sound really, really good in your teaching, in your pronunciation. So, did you travel to another English speaking country? How did you study historically?
No, I have never been to any English speaking countries, but I'm planning to go there.
Okay, that is wonderful.
Yeah,
Where do
first
you
of
want
all,
to go?
yeah, I would like to go to USA first.
Ah, yes, yes. of course, we welcome you here. We have a lot of how we have native. We have to We have to clarify because we have uh, when we're talking, we have Native American Indians. But a few years ago, there is a certain group uh, that I'm kind of connected with, and we're changing that, and we're calling them First Nation people because they were here and they were the first nation before the USA became a nation. And then I think because when we were talking about and using the term Indians, then people would say, are you talking about Native Americans or East Indians? So now, usually, if we're saying Indians, um, um, we're usually beginning to think East Indians and not West Indians on that. So anyway, yeah. So I've had some relationships, academic and spiritual relationships with some Indian brothers and sisters, and very very special. As a matter of fact, I did some missionary service in southern India in the Kerala area. What is that? What's the other one? It's been a long time. Uh, yeah, down there in the southern part, Kerala, and I forget the other place. But anyway, I have a sister that is there. When I say sister, my Christian sister, Bala. You'll probably know that's Indian name, right? Bala. Mm. And that's short for something like Arabala. I forget Balas. I just call her Bala. And so we can stay connected over social media now. And yeah, so when we met each other first time, I know it was God's meeting because our heart connected and our hearts connected very well because we love God and that connection was there. And anyway, just kind of talking because I have a love for Indian people, and it's kind of coming out. So just wanted to share that with you. But what are your needs here with the last 7 minutes? I want you to talk. Tell me what are your needs and goals? How you think that Cambly and I can help you?
No, just I would like to have a free conversation so I can
Mm-hmm.
know about the native English speakers, how they teach English, and sometimes I talk with them about my culture. And personally,
Yes.
I want to talk about my culture because I'm very surprised with your history. You are very good at history.
Ah, I don't think so.
You are
I
very
love
unique
learning. I love
person.
learning. You think
I mean,
so?
you are a person also, and my culture. So, particularly, I would like to talk with the
Yes.
about the culture with those people who have experience. And I always choose the experienced teacher on Cambly
Ah,
because they
yes,
have
yes.
knowledge, they have
True.
experience, and that is useful for me as a teacher.
Hmm.
So my
Absolutely.
culture teaches me respect all religions, and we have accept.
Yes.
If you know about India, then we have accepted all people, Muslim people
Hmm.
in India, then Christian people.
Yes.
So we have accepted all cultures, and
Yes.
they want to live in India. So our culture teaches this all things. You must know about the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. That's our holy book. Like your Bible, our holy book is the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Have you ever
Mm.
heard about Bhagavad Gita?
I heard about it, but I didn't honestly, I'll be honest, I didn't remember what it's called, but I did know that you did have one, but I didn't know what it's called. And I know uh what is it? I forgot the official name for um, the religion, but I know something about. You have to help me because it's been a long time to remember all the details and all of that. But I believe there is a reincarnation aspect. Is it? Isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Yes. And
So, in my
mhm.
opinion, Hindu is not the religion; it's a way
Hindu.
of
That's
living.
it.
It's a way of
Yes.
living.
Yes, yes. Okay, I see. Hindu, that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Way of living. Okay. So, educate me, tell me. the difference between, because I think Hindu reminds me also a lot of Buddha. I lived in South Korea also doing teaching and missionary and stuff, and I met Buddhists. And one thing I admire about them, they're very disciplined people, and very simple. I like simple myself too, and so I admire that about them. But what would be the difference? How would you explain the difference between way of living and religion? Because I think um, I don't like the term religion, because I don't really consider myself religious, because religious to me is having to, not having a choice, but having to perform certain rituals at a certain time in a certain way. And if you don't do it this way, whatever, you don't get the peace. That's too burdensome to me. So um, I consider um, how could I say? You know what? I consider my, what you said, a way of life. Very simple.
Okay, man. Okay, so I got your question.
Okay.
Release means you have one particular religion and you want to spread in different countries, and you can say Christian people also try to spread their Christianity all over the world. Muslim people also try to spread their, but Hindus never try to spread religion because it's a way of living,
I see.
and that's
Okay.
why we respect all culture. Okay, in our culture we are taught the whole world is one village and we all are brothers and sisters and we
Mm-hmm.
should be helpful for all people.
Mm-hmm.
So that is our way of living. Okay, and whatever you do, try to help others. Even you have less amount of food and someone comes to you, offer him,
Absolutely.
offer him. So that's the way
Yes.
of.
Yes. And I like what Mother Teresa, I understand what you're saying, and I agree with that. And there is a major component. Of course, I'm going to talk about Christianity because that's what I believe in. That's what I was raised in, or whatever. But I don't belittle any other religion. Uh, but that's one thing I liked about Mother Teresa in Calcutta, um, that she served, and I think the reason why she was able to identify, or the Indian people really respected her, I believe, right? You respect her because uh, she came and she served uh, uh, everybody. And I don't even think she probably just talked about God and she prayed for the people, but I think her main thing was in her acts, in her way of living, in her love. She always talked about love and giving to the least of them. And then, so her life, um, if I could say this, I think her life was, and this is the way it should be for us as Christians. Her life depicted the sacrificial giving life of Christ. And
Hmm.
I think she had a quote. Her quote was something like, um, do something and use words if necessary. I forget the other part. Um, are you familiar with that quote she
Yeah,
said?
I also know about it. So
Hmm.
in our culture, we are taught also like that: sacrifice all things further and
Yes.
donate things.
Yes, I believe in that. Yeah. I
Mm.
love giving Prakash. I love helping the homeless. I love helping the poor and the needy, and uh, children that don't have education, to help them, and all of this. But I think I agree. There is a bad history, a negative history in some points of Christianity, when I'm not so proud of, because you know, because it was more of a religion at that time. A lot of negative stuff. You and I know about the Crusades and all of this stuff, right? A lot of those things we know about that, and so it's a lot of negative stuff. But I think these people didn't have uh, the love in their heart, didn't have a caring. It was about building them up.
Yeah.
But
Okay, excuse
I
me,
would
ma'am. We
love
are
to
running
talk
out
with
of
you
time,
again.
and it was really warm
Yes,
conversation with you. And definitely, I
come
will
again, come again.
schedule. Yeah, definitely, I will come again. Okay,
All right,
but
thank you.
not today. I'm in the market
I
and
know,
it's
I know.
raining outside. And okay.